Hello everyone, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to be talking about the dangers of working with pipe. Hope you enjoy this video. Okay guys and gals, I'm going to make this a real quick talk here at the table, and then I'm going to do the demonstration mode of this, or the portion of the demonstration, so this way you guys can see what I'm talking about as far as dangers. Pipe can be a great thing to forge, and it's quite tricky to actually forge a little bit. It takes a little bit to get the hang of forging pipe, but once you do, it can make a great asset to you. So, what do I mean by the dangers of forging pipe? Well, pipe comes in all sorts of sizes, shapes, styles, obviously. It's piping. We use piping all over the time. We use it in fab work. We use it everywhere. Hell, your muffler is a pipe on your car. So it's very easily to be found. This resource is doing pipe, so why shouldn't a blacksmith use it in his shop? Well, I use pipe all the time in my shop. One thing I would like to point out is that there is a correct pipe to use in forging and an incorrect pipe to use in forging. So, that being said, Schedule 40 pipe is usually pretty poor to take in forge. Schedule 80 pipe is optimum to be using for forging. But Schedule 40 is a lot easily found. It's found in black iron pipe, it's fence post pipe, stuff like that is all usually Schedule 40. There's all sorts of other schedules. If you guys have interest in that, you can always go look it up online, all over the internet, and find out whatever information you want on the scheduling of pipe, sizes, and whatnot. So, the main key points I'm going to point out today in the demonstration I'm going to get into is the correct way of forging a pipe, or the dangers of forging the pipe. This is in support of an upcoming video. Be on the lookout for it. It'll be linked in the description below, and it'll also be put at the end of this video, where I'm going to be forging a cupping tool. And I'm going to be using a section of pipe. More specifically, this section. So, where are you going with this, Roy? Well, the dangers of forging pipe. So, superheated pipe, or pipe that has been brought up to forging temperature, has a tendency to create some dangers. The dangers is what they call a chimneying effect. So, that means where this is in the fire and it's taking heat and funneling it straight up through the end of the pipe. So, this means you cannot just hold on to a length of pipe by your bare hands and stick the end in the fire. So that's a challenge. You're going to have to take and have some sort of set of tongs in order to take and do pipe work, usually, because of the chimneying effect. One way to stop the chimney effect is stuff a rag or a wettened cloth down in the pipe a bit, and that'll help stop most of the chimneying effect, and you'll be able to do it. And also maybe wear a glove on that hand, and it will help prolong the time before you have to take and cool off that end of the pipe. Which brings me to my second point. The second point of this video is to explain about that same chimney effect and how it relates to when we quench pipe. First of all, you should never quench pipe straight down in water. And I'm going to show you the result of that, just so this way we know. What happens is it causes the water inside the pipe to become superheated and boil off and become steam. And it comes shooting out in a really rough way. Make sure this is in shot. Yeah. It just comes shooting and spewing out of the top of the pipe, and you can get some pretty serious burns on your hands and arms. And if you dunk it quick enough and enough of it was hot, it'll even come out of there like a shotgun blast. And you'll be wearing boiling hot water for a living. So not smart. So we don't do that. So how do you cool pipe? You cool pipe with either a coal swab, like I've made in another video, or with a dipper can pouring along the outside of the pipe. You have to remember, this isn't solid, so this is pretty thin material, so you can attain any cooling effect you need to just by putting a cold rag on it or pouring water over the surface of the pipe. You can pretty much gain the same cooling effect as if you were to dunk it into the water. So we'll go over that here in a minute. The second danger of working with pipe, beyond the steam aspect, is one of the most commonly found pipes are galvanized fence post pipe. You find this all over. You can find all sorts of different pipes used in the automotive industry that has galvanization in them and things of that nature. And, you know, it's just bad stuff. So people in general will tell you not to take and use galvanized fence pipe for forging. Now, I have personally used galvanized fence pipe for forging before, but there's a trick. I don't know what part of the country you live in or where it's allowed or not allowed, but I would suggest to you to take, and before you forge on galvanized fence pipe, to take and throw it in a campfire. Throw it, get a nice hot campfire going, and throw your pipe in there. And what will happen is the zinc, and the campfire's hot enough, the zinc in the pipe or on the surface will burn off and leave you with just a steel pipe. So this is there's hot dip galvanization. Those are worse off than what plating or, you know, the other type of galvanization is, where it's just a real thin galvanized material, or a spray-on galvanized. So there's several different grades of galvanization that they take and do on pipes. In a hot dip, it's really hard to take and get the pipe clean, and I would just stray away from it. It's not worth it unless you're really hard up. Look for just good steel, Schedule 80 black pipe, and you solve most of your problems. The reason for that being is these fumes will make you sick. They are toxic, and they can kill you. So please use extreme caution if you're going to use galvanized pipe. And in the best case scenario, don't use it altogether. As I said before, it's Schedule 40. It's got poisonous fumes that can come off of it. It's really not worth your life, and it's really not worth the extra hassle. So I don't usually use fence pipe for much. I look for Schedule 80. So anyways, without further ado, we will go over to the forge, and I'll show you what I mean by that steam effect. Okay, everyone. Here we are at the cold forge. So, you're about to see this here in a second. I hope it'll illustrate it great. I'm going to get on the air blast. And do you see that flame shooting out the end there? That's what I'm talking about. That's the chimney effect. So that's one danger of working with pipe. The camera picks this up real well, and so you can see it pretty good. But it's not always apparent. That flame or that hot gas from the forge is not always apparent to where you can see it. And so therefore, that's the part that makes it a danger. So, you know, you can see the smoke rolling out the end of the pipe there. The end of the pipe is up to heat really good. You can see that flame coming out there. So now I'll move on to showing you the next danger of the pipe is what happens when you dunk it into the water. So I've took some safety precautions to keep my arms, eyes, ears, and face away from the end of this pipe. But I want to show it for safety precautions so you guys know what it looks like when you're about to get burned. Big owies. Okay, everyone, here we are at the quench tub. I'm going to go ahead and bring it out, and I'm going to show you the second danger here. Quenching pipe. As you can see, that would really hurt to get that right up your arms and right in your face. That squirted it out pretty good. Now I put that in kind of slow, and I hope the camera caught all that. But I'm going to heat her up one more time, and this time I'm just going to plunge it in. Really nice and fast, how you're used to kind of just dipping real quick. A lot of times, all you're trying to do is take and, you know, dip the end real quick to cool it off. Maybe it got a little hot. Maybe you thought it was going to go to sparkling on you a little bit. You're like, well, I don't want it to do that. Let me dip this in here real quick and cool that off. You just simply can't do that with pipe. Bring it up to heat here. And we'll see where we're at. Get it up nice and hot. The one great thing about working with pipe is the fact that it does not take long to heat up, as solid bar stock does. So you can get a lot of movement and a lot of things happen pretty quick in it. So, alright, here comes our next dip. Hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, I'm going to just shove it down in there as quickly as I can. And we will see how she goes. Here we go. Well, as you can see, it shoots up quite a bit like a fountain. That superheated steam will take and get all over you in a heartbeat. Something to be careful of there, guys. Anyways, that's it for this video. You'll see some screens coming up right now, or should be. And that's going to be it for today. Check out some of these other videos I'm posting up here. And hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Although I don't know why you would do that unless you're just a mean person. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. And we'll catch you on the next one.